What up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video. Today we'll be doing the Smackdown recap and review for the May 8th episode. And boy, we had a up and down show. We had some duds throughout the night, some stuff that just didn't make sense or just wasn't entertaining, just wasn't good product in my opinion. And we had some bright spots. So let's get into it. We start the show off by Jacob Fatu coming to the ring, cutting a promo. He says that he's not going to be fighting Roman for the title. He's just going to take it from him. And he goes on to reiterate all the reasons why he's doing it. The Usos come out and they say that they're looking out for Jacob. That they're just trying to be there and help out. That Roman's going to beat him. They said he will beat him at Backlash tomorrow. And Jacob goes on to say that they're standing up for Roman because they're trying to protect Roman from him. So they keep going back and forth. The Usos eventually start digging deep, saying that Roman's going to beat him up, beat him down in front of his family. And Jacob says, hell no, nah. And then he tells him if the Usos interfere, he's going to burn the whole bloodline tree down. So that was basically sums up that promo. But the promo was fantastic. I really liked what this did. It really had the whole bloodline together, and it had kind of a throwback to when Jay was fighting Roman. And Fatu even said that Jay wasn't able to beat him all those years ago. So it's really like kind of the same thing they were doing back then, just in another version. And I think it did wonders for this feud that they got going on. So basically, it shows the Usos taking Roman's side, and then it leaves Jacob Fatu all alone, that he's fighting on his own, which I like that aspect of him being on the loner, not teaming up with anyone else in the bloodline or of any other Samoans. It's just him, and he's doing it for just his family. So this promo really hit for me. It looks very serious, and obviously you have the stars of Jay, Jimmy, and then it's crazy because Roman wasn't there, and this is a match between Jacob and Roman wasn't even there, and it still managed to hype up. So that just gives props to the Usos of how good they can be in tandem on the mic together when Jey Uso's just not yeeting around. And it even made Jacob Fatu look good. Sometimes he can be a little bit of a catchphrase merchant, repeating the same thing, or just not giving too much during his promos or talking about much of substance. But this one was real good. Got straight to the point, said what he wanted, and made him look even more scarier. To make us believe that he actually has a chance to beat Roman, which he doesn't. Then we get the first match of the night. We have Tiffany Stratton versus Kiana James. I expected this to be a good match, and it was a pretty good match. These two are tailor-made, in my opinion, to go in the ring with. I mean, they're both the same build, the same athleticism, the same size. Everything about these two just screams that they would have a good match. But we got a pretty decent match. Kiana James was being the heel, attacking the knee of Tiffany Stratton. She's actually dominating a good start of the portion of the match. And then Kiana goes for like a roll-up, but Julia is accidentally distracting the ref. And yada, yada, yada. Tiffany hits the prettiest moonsault ever, and she picks up the victory here. Again, I thought this was a great match. And with Tiffany, the United States Championship is now getting featured more and more on the shows, which is just fantastic. Finally, we're going to have, hopefully, we have this is a sign to come, and we have more United States Championship matches, and we're building that friction between Kiana James and Julia here, so that maybe can turn into something, and then we could really start building off that, and Tiffany, the United States, the women's mid-card title, and hopefully that becomes a bigger scene, and we can really get others involved, and so overall, I thought that the first two segments were pretty good. Next, we get a match between Damian Priest and Tala Tonga. Now, this is where I think the show starts going downhill a little bit. Obviously, Damian Priest, half the tag team champions, and Tala Tonga, part of the MFTs, or what's left of the MFTs. And I don't know why WWE is so hell-bent on featuring the MFTs. The others are gone. And this still, it just pisses me off. Tala Tonga has absolutely nothing. He's done nothing to earn this aura that he can't get pinned, that he is unstoppable, that he is some gigantic human that is unbeatable. Damian Priest takes an L here. I don't care that it was because of the numbers game and R-Truth coming to the ring, wanting to help Priest, and then Priest goes to save him, and he ends up taking the pin here. Why the fuck is Damian Priest taking a pin to Tala Tonga? Tala Tonga shouldn't even be here. I don't know what the WWE is just forcing these bums down our throat when all the rest of them were losers, and then you have Tala Tonga who is supposedly a giant and unbeatable, because he doesn't look like it. Nobody cares about him. I'm so sorry. But anyways, they come to the ring. The MFTs, they begin to surround R-Truth and Priest, and then we have Royce Keys come to the save, which I thought was interesting. At least they're doing something with Royce Keys here, and he would later go on to have a match against Tama Tonga. God damn it, Tama Tonga, they're back. They're back. They're every part of the show. We have the MFTs, so we'll get to that later down the line. We get a funny little segment where Danhausen is looking for tag team partners, and The Miz and Kid Wilson basically are kind of like a high school bullies. You know, they're just trying to bully him, saying that he has a list and no one signed up to be a tag team partner for that. So we would go on to that, and he actually comes back with a segment later down where he's doing like a science experiment trying to clone himself to make a tag team partner, and the siren experiment goes completely wrong and nothing happens. So we'll see tomorrow who his tag team partner ends up being. But all through the night, Danhausen was just in the background in front of people, zoom, because I don't know if he lost his teleportation or what happened, but Danhausen all through the night was just being funny like normal. Great Danhausen stuff. Then we get our Cody Rhodes segment. He comes to the ring, basically just calling out Gunther, and then Paul Heyman answers the call, says that Gunther he's now a part of Smackdown, by the way, and that the favor that he owed Gunther was a WWE title shot against Cody Rhodes, and that the title shot will be at Clash in Italy, which I kind of assumed. Great call here by WWE. Anyways, while they're doing all that, Gunther attacks Cody from behind. Cody gets the upper hand, and they go back and forth. So this is just progressing that. I thought it was great. Finally, we got an answer. It wasn't hinting, and we get a mystery. We got the answer. There was a mystery of what the favor was, and boom. Straight up, WWE said, they had Paul Heyman go out there and straight up say, here was the favor. So we got the answer on that. Obviously, everyone kind of assumed what it was, but I'm glad that this is going to be taking place over in Europe, because this match is going to be electric, especially for Gunther and how big of a star Cody is. So, nothing major, but it was good. Then we get a dud here. We got Matt Cardona versus Ricky Saints. Like I've always said, I'm not a fan of Ricky Saints. He is the classic cocky, arrogant. I don't see much else to him besides being a cocky, arrogant superstar. And obviously everyone knows WWE likes their big men, and he's just not that. He has nothing else, and him just to be thrown against Matt Cardona for no reason is just kind of like it's kind of signaling me and telling me what the future holds for Ricky Saints. And I don't think it's maybe the lower mid card at best. I just don't see people getting behind him. He when he came out, it was crickets. His move set isn't the most entertaining. He's got charisma, man, but I've just seen a million of these people with just cockiness come in, but he has nothing else. He's not like Ethan Page over on Raw. Yeah, Ethan Page just has something about him that just makes you want to punch him in the face. He's just so easy to hate. But Ricky Saints, maybe WWE's just kind of starting him off slow, but to be thrown, he lost to Cody, all right. Like, that's a big stage. But then to come out and just pin Matt Cardona, and obviously Matt Cardona is just now a certified loser. I don't know why WWE re-signed him. Good for him, but yeah, this was a dud, and it's just giving me a sign of things to come. Next, we have a halfway decent thing. We have Charlotte and Rhea versus Fatal Influence. This was a classic match between big bad heels and the great old baby faces. Baby faces get in one by one, trying to make hot tags to each other just to hype up the crowd, and it did a really good job of that. And then the match was so good. And then we get Fatal Influence ends up winning the match because my favorite, Jade Cargill, comes back and attacks Rhea Ripley. Now, the only thing that is good out of this is that Fatal Influence was able to pick up the win. That's the only thing. This is that they didn't take a pin here, that they're being protected like the main event stars that they are. But Jade Cargill comes back and attacks Rhea Ripley, and then comes to the ring and attacks Charlotte and Alexa with B-Fab and Machin. This isn't what we needed or what we wanted. This is the horrible. Rhea needs to move on. She needs to progress. They've been hinting at the Charlotte feud for a while now. Do that. Just do it. Do anything but Jade Cargill. Have her go back and rebuild, because she came out and like nobody cared. Why did they bring her back like in this fashion? Why'd they bring her back this quick? Go rebuild her. I'm sorry. I don't care how hard WWE tries for this. It's not going to work. And then you give it a 3-week break after WrestleMania, and then you try to bring it back. It didn't have steam before, and it definitely lost steam now. I don't get why they're bringing her back and rejuvenating this feud. It makes no sense. Yeah, it was just bad. I can't stand Jay Cargill and Beat Fab and Meechin. It's just it's not working. It won't work. I don't think it will ever work until they revamp them somehow. But yeah. Good for Fatal Influence. I am glad for Fatal Influence picking up the win here. They're going up. They're the top. They're the top. They're such a great faction. They're such a great heels. They can do so much with this division, and all of the women's divisions. Great addition. We get Tama Tonga versus Royce Keys. Again, more MFTs, but this time they do what they always do. He takes a pin here. They're just everywhere. I can't seem to get them off my SmackDown TV screen. The MFTs are just everywhere, and they're horrible. But anyways, they haven't done much with Royce Keys, especially after the Royal Rumble, but these small promo packages he's been having with Jacob Fatu in the back, and just the small stuff he's been saying, the small sample size of what we've got in the ring from him, he is entertaining in the ring. I really like his. It's kind of a basic big man move, but he's just so explosive that it looks real good, and his facial expressions and good matches. I really want to see what they can do with Royce Keys. I don't have too much hope, but I have a little bit glimmer of hope here. What they can do with Royce Keys. I just like his moveset. I like how he works in the ring. So we'll see what they can do with that. And then we get to the closer of the show. The main event is the funeral for the Gingerbread Man. Everyone knows my thoughts on this, and I've expressed them pretty loudly here on my channel. And people were in love with, everyone loved the Gingerbread Man saga, this whole thing. And now I'm seeing people, why are they wasting the show? This is stupid. Ben said it was stupid. This never needed something like this. This was the dumbest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I seen a comment. It said, you have Ilya Dragunov, Shinsuke Nakamura, Carmelo Hayes. You have a million people in the back that need TV time. And this is what WWE pulls out as the main event. And to top it all off, people left the arena when this was going on. People said, you know what? I think I'm gonna go hit the showers real quick. You know, maybe they have work on a Saturday. Maybe the kids, they're getting tired. They don't want to watch this bullshit. So, you know what? Let's go pack up. Let's start heading to the car. You know, the parking garage is going to be a little bit crowded. Where were they? Jacksonville. I don't know if they were downtown Jacksonville. But, you know, the streets, traffic's going to be a pain. So let's just head out early. This was complete and utter bullshit. They had a whole promo package and a bunch of fake. They did this throughout the whole night, by the way. The whole night they had Gingerbread Man shit. And it's like I said, you're taking away time from stars where you could be building the feuds more. And you put this bullshit on my TV. And I tried telling everyone this, but no one wanted to listen. Everyone thought this was so fucking funny. And it's not. It wasted 30 minutes of this show. Oh my God. It was just awful. But anyways, they go on with that. Sammy takes out Trick Williams, and the Gingerbread Man sits up like the fucking Undertaker. It's the little Yachty and attacks from behind. This feud did not need a Gingerbread Man. Trick Williams is too good for this right now. Right off the bat, why would you do this with Trick Williams right off the bat? After everything, he's still going to be over, but this was just fucking stupid, man. And WWE put this on my TV. I'm so ashamed. It's just, you have all this talent. Like the comment said, Ray Phoenix, Carmelo Hayes, Shinsuke, all these people just need time. We just want to watch some wrestling, some good old-fashioned WWE just wrestling in ring, and we get this fucking nonsense. And it did nothing to hype up the match at Backlash. I mean, people still aren't going to like Sami Zayn. This made me like Sami Zayn. That's what this did. I fucking hated Sami. This made me like it just because he was able to basically saying that this is a joke. This is what he said. This is a joke, and that this shouldn't be closing the show. Closing the show used to mean something. It used to have, it used to be important. But now it's a fucking joke. So that just pissed me off at the end of the show. But there was, like I said, there was a few bright spots. I'm glad we got that Fatu and Usos promo. Tiana Tiffany. Tiffy and Kiana, that was good. Danhausen throughout the night, and the Fatal Influence. I mean, there's a few bright spots, but the rest of it was kind of just meh or dud or dog shit. So there was that. So I'd give this show maybe a C minus. You know, maybe a C minus or maybe a C right there. Yeah, somewhere in there. But overall, not shit. But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow for the Backlash recap and review and the UFC 328 recap and review. So stay tuned for those. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.